Today I want to talk about how to sync a fork with an upstream. So normally after you fork some repository, okay, let's talk about what a fork is first. What fork is, basically you are copying someone's repository into your repository. So basically you have a copy of that. So to fork a repository, it is very simple. You just click the fork button here and you will have a copy of this repository, okay? So first, let's fork this repository. So let's say you think this project is cool, you want to have this project as your starting point, and the way you do it, you just need to fork it, right? So you will fork this and you will have the like a copy of that repository in your repository, right? So now as you can see, now it's changed it Daegu Dude, which is my ID. So I have a repository with my website. So it says it is forked from Dongwon Hawk, which is another account that is mine, and my website repository. So now I have a copy of the repository from someone else's account, right? But normally you don't really work on like this GitHub pages, right? When you work on with code, you just edit or write the code in your text editor. So we need to copy this into our local machine, right? The way we do it is we just need to clone it. So git clone, and then we just put the URL, we just copy it, and we will just clone the fork. So this is called fork. This fork will be copied into our local machine. As you can see here, there is my website directory, right? So if you click it, you will see the files that is in your fork. So after doing that, let's say there was some changes made in in the original repository, which is upstream, right? So let's go back to this Dongwon Hawk, my website. Let's say maintainer of this repository made another changes. Actually, let's make a changes, because I am the maintainer of this repository. I will log into another account. Okay. Now I will make a new file. Let's say style CSS. And what I do? Let's do CSS reset. Margin is 0. Padding is 0. Box sizing, no. What was it? What was the CSS? It was box sizing? Was it box size? It doesn't matter. Okay, let's just do this. So now there is actually a file, style.css, right? This is a new file. And if you go back to your account, no, I need to sign in, not sign up. If you go back to your account, the changes made, sorry, my repository is somewhat mess. Where was it? My website, yeah, there you go. So actually the changes made in the upstream wasn't really reflected on your repository, right? So to sync your fork, so your repository with an original repository, so you need to make a link between them. So if you check remote in your I need to change to the directory. So if you check remote in the local repository that you cloned fork from, so it will show just this origin, right, which is your repository. But what you want to do is you want to configure a remote. You want to configure a upstream as one of your remote as well. The way you do it is you just go to the here, the original repository, and copy the URL, and you just add this as one of your remote. Git remote add upstream, and just type URL. And if you check your remote again on your local repository, it will show upstream has been added as one of your repository remote repos, you know, one of your remotes. So now you can fetch the changes from upstream. So now there is a style.css, right? So what I will do is git fetch upstream. So this will, you know, basically download all the changes from like a commits and branches from the original repository, but actually it won't make any changes in your like local repositories yet. It just downloaded what changes are there. Now your computer knows what changes are there. So let's check what branch you are at right now. You are at master, right? So after you are at master branch, you can now actually merge the changes you've just downloaded. So git merge upstream master. This is a branch, like a, so we are basically taking the changes from master branch in the upstream. So now you can see style.cs has been added into your local repository. Okay, so this is it. This is a way to sync your fork with an upstream. Thank you for watching.